International Affairs. And in today's class, we're going to take up a very important regional organization of India, which is the BIMSTEC, which has made prominent strides in the past few years, and a lot of foreign policy experts and political thinkers, international relations thinkers, are focusing on BIMSTEC. And a bigger prominent issue which has taken place with BIMSTEC is in the recent budget 2021, which was passed just a few days back. BIMSTEC has been allocated 25 crores and SAARC has been allocated only 12 crores. So this gives its credence that there is a role of BIMSTEC which is increasing in our regional organizations. And we have already discussed about SAARC, what are the issues with SAARC and what is the faults in SAARC and the background of SAARC we have already done in a previous class, SAARC rising from the ashes. So in today's class, we'll discuss about BIMSTEC and can we favor BIMSTEC over SAARC? Okay, good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon Ashneet. Good afternoon Gokul Krishnan. Good to see all of you. And this is me. I'm B. Teja Sai. I've graduated from IIT Kharagpur and I've worked in Ware Minerals for 2 years. And I'm presently teaching the UPSC Science and Tech and International Relations for the past over 2 years. So this is my profile on the Gradeup app. You can follow me here. You can press my image and you'll see the follow button. And whenever my class is going to go online, you'll be notified about it. And before beginning the class, I just wanted to remind you that the February Mela, okay, we have a new edition for that, which is a double validity. So if you're purchasing the February Mela for 3 months, you'll be getting another 3 months free. Okay, if you're purchasing for 9 months, you'll get another 9 months. So make use of this golden opportunity. And again, it's also available at the 50% off. And speak to our counselors regarding the Gradeup Super subscription. Fine. So let's begin today's class. As I was saying, in the budget 2021, which is passed last Monday, actually a little over a week, there were a lot of hue and cry. There was a lot of about the disinvestment proposals, the strategic disinvestment or privatization. And we have seen some new initiatives of the budget, of which I had also taken another class. And it is a sort of expansionist budget during the COVID-19 pandemic. But somehow this important news got lost that 2,000 crores were allocated for the international organizations. Okay, more or less this much itself happens every year in our budget. But an interesting news is that BIMSTEC has got 25 crores and SAARC has got only 12 crores. Okay, generally, if you see the PSAR syllabus, or if you've read through international relations, you'll be aware that this is traditionally not the case. India takes a stride into itself that it's the leader of SAARC. Okay, that SAARC is our organization. So this sort of more overlay for BIMSTEC compared to SAARC might give a clue of what our Ministry of External Affairs is thinking and what the foreign policy doctrine of India is evolving into. Okay. So India has skipped, as I've told, 2,000 crores for the international organizations. UN has got 400 crores, BIMSTEC 25 crores, SAARC 12 crore. New Delhi is playing an important role in both of these. And I'll tell you the significance of BIMSTEC also. And you must be thinking, sir, 2,000 crores says sirf 25 and 12 they're giving. What are they doing with the other money? Okay, this is just a token sort of amount for these. Okay, the whole of the international organizations budget, it goes to maintaining our embassies, our ambassadors all around the world, or for the trips which our Prime Minister makes all around the world. For example, our Prime Minister is going to visit Bangladesh very soon. It is their 50th years of independence. Bangladesh. It was formed in 1971, right? So they're completing 50 years. So he's going to visit. So for that, there is a great allocation. So all of those, if you add, you'll get 2,000 crores. Nobody will ask you how much is allocated for international organizations, but this fact you can definitely quote in your answers of BIMSTEC and SAARC. Okay, and for people who haven't watched the SAARC class, I would advise you please watch the SAARC class because you'll know the disadvantages of SAARC and where BIMSTEC is filling in the gap of SAARC. Fine. For example, from the SAARC class, just try to answer this MCQ, a prelims MCQ over SAARC. Very easy question. Just try to answer it. Yes, of course, Prashant. It's also available on YouTube. Please read the question carefully. All of you have given B somehow. Any other answers? Yes, please wait for 2 minutes. There is some buffering issue. It's clear now? Okay, so somehow all of you have given the answer A, B. Nobody has given the correct answer. Okay, Ghulam Muhammad has given the correct answer. The answer is C. Okay, nobody else has given. Simran also has given. Simran, Sharan and all. ठीक है. Okay, but आपको इतने attempts नहीं मिलेंगे. In the prelims, you just have to attempt once. Once you circle, it's out. All the countries with India, do they have the border with which we have the border? Are they members of SAARC? Is Myanmar the member of SAARC? No. Is China a member of SAARC? No. Okay, so definitely one is wrong. Its headquarters is in Dhaka? No. Okay, the headquarters of SAARC is in Kathmandu, in Nepal. Okay, याद नहीं है किसी को SAARC के बारे में? It's Kathmandu in Nepal. Okay, we had discussed all this. So the answer is C. So both 1 and 2 are not true. Okay, Gokul has not seen not true. Please read the question carefully. That's why. Fine. So we have discussed also the disadvantage of SAARC, of how there is the India and Pakistan struggle, how India and Pakistan bilateral issues, they're jeopardizing the role of SAARC, and how there is a poor intra-regional trade, and how the SAFTA, the South Asian Free Trade Area, which was finalized, it couldn't give proper avenues for development. And in SAARC, curiously, there is a provision that bilateral issues should not be discussed. Okay, all of this we've discussed, and the funding is low. The proper secretariat setup, which is there in Kathmandu, it is not maintained well. So all of those we have studied, right? Anybody else can tell me another issue of SAARC? Any other issues of SAARC? Please tell me in the comments below. In this class, we discussed all this, hai na? We discussed all the problems with SAARC, mainly because of Pakistan, how Pakistan is blockading it, and how India is also moving towards Southeast Asia, how we are not focusing on SAARC, how there are no funds, how the intra-regional trade, for example, 95% happens between India and other countries itself. So it's an India-dominated monolith. Okay, that was a word which we used. SAARC is an India-dominated monolith. So among all these issues, obviously the Indian government and the MEA and the foreign policy of India, we are going towards BIMSTEC. Okay, so what is BIMSTEC? It is a Bay of Bengal initiative for multi-sectoral technical and economic cooperation. Okay, the full form also is important. So it came into being in 1997 through the Bangkok Declaration of Thailand. Okay. Yes, NDA and SSB interview. SAARC was formed in 1985. That's correct. This was formed in 1997, BIMSTEC. Actually, initially it was formed as BISTEC. If anybody knows. BIMSTEC was actually BISTEC. So it included Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka and Thailand. Only these 4 countries were there initially. But later, the Myanmar was added. Okay, as Myanmar was added, it became BIMSTEC. Fine. But again later, Bhutan and Nepal were added. So our foreign policy diplomats and ambassadors, we don't know foreign policy may what they're doing, but in terms of acronyms, they are so intelligent. Okay, this because it cannot include Bhutan and Nepal at the full form, they made it Bay of Bengal Initiative for multi-sectoral technical and economic cooperation. So kaise bhi, Marpeet ke they have, an acronym was already there, but they have given the full form of an acronym because Bhutan and Nepal were added of late. Fine, they were added in 2004. Okay, so it comprises of India, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Bhutan, and Nepal. Okay, you have to remember what are the countries of BIMSTEC. Okay, definitely they can be asked in an objective exam. And this map you can see the entire from India, of course, Pakistan and Afghanistan, they're not there, and Maldives is not there from SAARC. So I would say these countries of SAARC, they're not there. All the SAARC countries are there, including Myanmar and Thailand. And Myanmar and Thailand, they are prominently part of another big regional organization, which is your ASEAN. So we see BIMSTEC as a link between SAARC and ASEAN. So it falls somewhere between SAARC and ASEAN. Okay. It is for mutual cooperation of all the interests. I'll tell you what are the functions of BIMSTEC. It is headquartered in Dhaka. In the previous one, I had told SAARC ka question, right? SAARC is in Kathmandu, BIMSTEC is in Dhaka. Fine. And the latest summit was, it was not a summit, a small meeting was held in on September 2nd, 2020. This was the last meeting which took place. In this, Sri Lanka was the chairman. I'm just telling for any other objective exams if you're studying, like UGC NET or IB exam, RB exam, you need to be knowing who was the chairman. Sri Lanka was the chairman, and in the 2021 summit, Thailand is going to be the chairman. Okay, Thailand is going to lead this in 2021. Okay, so these are all the basic static idea of your BIMSTEC. For the objective exams, you need to be knowing these ones. ASEAN ka main purpose is Southeast Asian regional coordination. Okay, all the ASEAN countries, we'll discuss about ASEAN in another class. All these, okay, from Myanmar, Thailand, your Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, Indonesia, un sab ka regional organization. It is like our SAARC, your ASEAN. Okay. No, Bangladesh was not included later. Bangladesh pehle se tha. In the BIMSTEC, Bangladesh was there from initial. Okay, so that is important for our objective exams. Now let us have an analytical discussion, which is important for our mains examinations. What is the significance of BIMSTEC? BIMSTEC holds 22% of the global population. Okay, so almost quarter of the global population is there in BIMSTEC. And it has a combined GDP of $2.8 trillion US dollars. Okay, so both these figures you can remember, 22 and 2.8, like 2 trillion you can remember. And according to our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, you can actually quote him when you're writing your mains answers. BIMSTEC is a natural choice in our neighborhood first and Act East policy. So it is for balancing our neighborhood first because our SAARC area and the Act East policy. Okay, India has an Act East policy where we are focusing on ASEAN, and not only the ASEAN but the entire Indo-Pacific region. Okay, including Japan, South Korea, all of these are part of the Act East policy. We'll discuss about Act East in another class. And the main strength of BIMSTEC is there are two influential regional powers, Thailand and India. Okay, incidentally, Thailand also have their own Act West policy. Okay, they have their own Act West policy. And India has our Act East policy. So, do ank char ho gaye, they say, right? So in that way, it's gelling for both the countries of Thailand and India. And as such, it is a link between our neighborhood first and the Act East policy. Okay, our Prime Minister has told this. You can actually quote him. Fine. And some important issues like, during the Prime Minister Modi's swearing in ceremony, when he was elected as a Prime Minister for the second term, he had invited all the BIMSTEC leaders. Okay, all the BIMSTEC leaders he had invited. Also, President of Kyrgyz Republic. Okay, he was also invited. But other than them, and Mauritius. Other than these both, all others are BIMSTEC leaders. So you can understand the importance of BIMSTEC which India is holding. Okay, even since 2019, what was the importance of BIMSTEC? And some crucial points about, yes, Subhashri Tripathi, we also have the Look West policy. India's GDP is not around $3 trillion, royal boy. Okay, it is still around $2 trillion. Okay, so if you add the combined GDP, this is not on your PPP basis. Okay, the $2.8 trillion. This is the facts which I got from the MEA website. Okay, not on your PPP basis. They have told that it's USD $2.8 trillion. Okay, but I'll just cross check that. Fine. And BIMSTEC has the sector driven, like one major crucial concept of BIMSTEC is it is a sector driven cooperative organization. So there are several sectors of transport and communication, tourism, environment, disaster management, and each country heads some sectors. For example, transport and communication, tourism and trade is taken up by India. Okay, your environment, disaster management might be taken up by Myanmar. So in that way, they have divided sectors, 15 sectors, and each country is leading that. Fine. And BIMSTEC is also crucial for development of the Northeast India. Okay, so these are the extra points. Okay, generally everyone knows the 22% population, the $2.8 trillion, and the basic 15 sector priority and all are there. But these are the extra points. This I got from the Observer Researcher Foundation website. So they have told that it's important for the Northeast India. So it will improve the connectivity, economic opportunities. And if you see the Bhutan and Nepal, okay, Bhutan, Nepal countries, or if you see the Myanmar, if you see our Northeast, we have something called as mountain economy. So where they don't have ports, they are landlocked. So they depend on the forests, and from the forests, they include the agriculture and animal husbandry. And from there, they include the domestic system. So it all revolves around the forest, agriculture, animal husbandry. That is a mountain economy. So they have the shared values. All the BIMSTEC countries, they have this shared economic values. Okay. And all 7 countries, they're developing highly growing economies. They have sustained average annual growths of 3.5 to 7.5%. Of course, except the COVID-19 year. Okay, except 2020. And another major significance of BIMSTEC is it can help in countering China in the region. Okay, for example, BIMSTEC, if you see BIMSTEC countries, especially Myanmar, Thailand, and the Southeast Asian countries, they are fearful of China. Especially the South China Sea dispute is there, and China has this aggressive policy, aggressive external policy. Compared to that, India has a fairly benign policy. So even they prefer India, they're preferring, Thailand, the smaller countries, so that there won't be a dominating force. So this BIMSTEC can also be used for countering China. So from all the angles, we have positives, okay, of BIMSTEC, of all the angles. If you see the trade issues, if you see the sectoral issues, the Northeast Connect, they're all good growing economies, then countering China in the region. So all of these advantages we have. But what are the challenges of BIMSTEC? When was BIMSTEC established? We have seen it was established in 1997. Okay, so more than 20 years ho gaye BIMSTEC ka, but a lot of us don't even know the members of BIMSTEC still. Okay, so it has not made a concrete achievement in all this more than 2 decades. There are organizational issues, like there is too much flexibility in the process. There is no charter, there is no vision document. There are poor financial resources. And for example, you'll be surprised to know India's contribution, which is there, is the highest contribution among all the other members. So in that way, there is a lack of financial resources for holding the secretariat, and the summits are infrequent. In 2004, they had decided that every 2 years, let's have a summit. But in 2004, it was done, 8, 14, and 2018. So only 4 summits were done since 2004. Okay. And too many areas of cooperation are there, like 15 areas of cooperation is there. So there is no focus of the grouping. If somebody asks me what is BIMSTEC actually doing, I wouldn't say is it connectivity, is it disaster management, is it environment? So there are too many areas of BIMSTEC. And another major factor is the Rohingya issue. Okay, I hope you are aware of the Rohingya issue. The Rohingya genocide, which was in news, which Myanmar had conducted over the Rohingyas, and how they were going to Bangladesh, and that had soured the relations between Bangladesh and Myanmar. Okay, the Rohingya issue. So there are differences between the Bangladesh and Myanmar. Okay, mainly because of the Rohingya issue. This is a thorny issue. So both of them, like how India and Pakistan have issues, Bangladesh and Myanmar have this Rohingya issue between them. Fine. So these are the broad challenges of BIMSTEC. So it has a lot of potential, but such ground level challenges like organization efficiency is not there, or your Rohingya challenges are not there. In terms of trade and all, there is a lot of potential. Okay, बहुत ज़्यादा potential है. Like somebody who is preparing for UPSC since many years, that's what they tell him, that he has potential. Okay, he's clearing the mains many times, but somehow he's not performing well. So that sort of issue is facing BIMSTEC. So what can be the way forward? There should be a strong leader, and India should be the leader for that, for a much broader inclusive vision with the economic merits of cooperation. And unless we learn from the mistakes of SAARC, we cannot have the success in BIMSTEC. Okay, because a similar scenario might arise. We have seen India-Pakistan issue, here also Rohingya issue is there. We have seen intra-regional trade which is there, it's dominated only between India. Here also it can be dominated between India. Fine. So those sort of issues we have. And we need to hold future summits in a timely manner. Every 2 years we need to have the summit. Then India is the largest contributor. We should increase the contribution, not only 25 crores, and all the other countries should increase the contribution for the organizational issues. And all this Kaladan multimodal project. For example, Kaladan multimodal projects is between whom? Kaladan multimodal project is between, which country? India and what is the port of Kaladan multimodal project in which we are connecting? Yes, what is the important port? Yes, Rohingyas are from Myanmar. Okay, the Arakan Yoma province of Myanmar, from which they are the Muslim minority group of Myanmar. So they were sent away to Bangladesh. Uyghurs are from China, yes. Not Haldia, Sitwe port. Okay, the Sitwe port I had mentioned in the Myanmar relations, we have the Sitwe port. Fine. And the IMT trilateral highway, it should be completed in a timely manner. Okay, so all of these important ones which are pending between the BIMSTEC, they have to be completed soon. And Thailand has proposed a strategy of 5 pillars. Okay, like connectivity, trade and investment, people-to-people contact, security, and S&D. So instead of those 15, such a big list where you've just divided for the countries, you can have a focused connect of 5 pillars. Okay. And for PSIR people with political science optional, you can quote such thinkers like Riva Ganguly Das. She has told that most importantly, there should be a transport network. Okay, without a transport network, nothing else would work. Because if you rank what are the requirements of BIMSTEC or where it can have its highest potential, it is a transport potential. Rather than even if you see population or if you see Northeast, all that is fine. Okay, but it's a nascent stage. The transport and connectivity there should be the maximum focus. And then of course your tourism, people-to-people contact and cultural exchanges. And ultimately we have the final conclusion of, can we prefer BIMSTEC over SAARC? Can somebody tell me? Please tell me, can we prefer BIMSTEC over SAARC? Royal Boy, this is a, you kindly please change your name pehle if it's possible. But this is a free class. For the free classes, we don't have PPTs. You can definitely take the screenshots. Okay, and it's a short class. If you were to make notes, it will take you hardly 10 to 15 minutes. Do you think we can prefer BIMSTEC over SAARC, anyone? Okay, all of you are saying we can prefer, but I had told you, I mean, that means you have not listened to the SAARC class carefully. As I told you, SAARC is needs to be our main focus. Okay, we can't just let go of SAARC. SAARC, somebody had told, we had set up in 1985. Okay, it falls in our broader ambit of Nehruvian ideology of the South Asian, the Asian century. Okay, but of course, though BIMSTEC also falls under Asian century, but South Asia is something which can be India's backyard. Okay, South Asia. So I would feel, and many thinkers also feel, that we can't just let go of SAARC. As Ashneet is saying, instead of replacing one with another, we should focus on reforms. Okay, and it does not make them equal alternatives. Okay, of course, we have the shared values, shared heritage, shared history, and so on. But South Asia apni jagah hai, Southeast Asia apni jagah hai. In simple words, if you can say. And BIMSTEC provides SAARC a unique opportunity to connect with ASEAN. So it should be seen as that way. It should be seen as a transport network. Because ASEAN, they have a completely, I wouldn't say completely different, but a very distinct sort of culture, the way their economy works, the way their supply chain works. And if you see South Asian century or South Asian organizations, it has a very distinct connect to it. So this BIMSTEC which is there, it can only add a new chapter of region cooperation South Asia. In this way, you can conclude. Of course, if you strongly feel that BIMSTEC can prefer over SAARC, you can definitely justify it. But this is the accepted way of thinking. Okay, any research article you see on ORF or Indian Diplomat or the IR books or IR notes which you see, nobody will tell you we need to remove SAARC or we have to replace SAARC. Okay, because SAARC is something which is on which India has invested a lot of money and time. Okay, and just because two countries, India and Pakistan, having issues, we can't just alienate SAARC. So I feel, this is my personal view, that BIMSTEC needs to be used to connect with ASEAN rather than replacing it with SAARC. Okay. Yes. Okay. Since ASEAN actually it is more aligned with your China also. For example, many countries like Cambodia, they're extremely close to China, Cambodia and China. So in that way, we can't just let go of SAARC. That is my take on it. Okay. In Telugu, for example, there is a quote: just because the rain is about to fall, you can't throw away the food which you have. Okay. Just because monsoon are about to come, the leftover food or the leftover water, you can't just throw it away. Okay. So please write this question, people. Despite the advantages, BIMSTEC has been unable to reap its full potential as a regional organization. Critically analyze. Now here there is a catch to it. Do you agree with this statement? Okay, you have to agree with this statement, or else all the class which I've told is pasted. Okay, this is definitely true. Despite the advantages, BIMSTEC has been unable to reap its organization. How can you critically analyze it? Can somebody tell me one critical point against this statement? Like, according to your understanding of critical analysis. Anyone? No, just tell me. गुलाम मोहम्मद, थैंक यू नहीं, अभी पहले बता के जाइए. No, I'm asking, how is it critically wrong? Matlab, it's a correct statement, right? What do you find wrong in this statement? That is what I'm asking. See, you're supporting the statement. You're not understanding what I'm asking. all of you people who are giving the answers, cooperation of Bay of Bengal can be focused on giving TK, too many areas of cooperation, poor transport infrastructure. You're supporting the statement. How BIMSTEC has been unable to reap. I'm asking, how can you negate the statement? Can you negate the statement? Can anyone negate the statement? That no, BIMSTEC has reached its full potential. Can you say something like that? You're not able to understand my question, I think. Just read this statement. I'm asking, BIMSTEC has been able to reap its full potential. Can you talk like that? Can you make a statement like that? No, right? You can't negate it. Yes, Shripad Madi, that's what I was trying to say. You cannot possibly negate this. So that is the thing which I wanted to tell, that critically doesn't always mean that it should be negative. Okay, critically does not always mean it has to be negative. The word critically actually means going deeper into the issue. Okay, the word critical, if for example in medicine, if you do a critical surgery, okay, what does it mean? It means you're going deeper. You're having to touch upon the deep tissues of the surgery, the critical surgery, or something which is more important. Many people critically they write that, they write the positives and they try to manufacture the negatives, even though there is no critical thing. Like, if I give a statement that corruption in the society is extremely bad for each and every person of the society, and if I say critically comment, would you negate that? You can never negate that. Okay, like another statement like, women's equality is a very important issue, critically analyze. Can you criticize that? You cannot criticize that. So that's what I'm saying. Critically does not always mean being negative. It may include being negative. Okay, when you're going deeper into it, you'll find positives and negatives. But here critically means going deeper into the issue. So a more deeper analysis of its potential you need to be focusing upon. Fine. So that is what I wanted to tell you. And you can write this answer. Let's try to keep it a short answer for 10 marks. 150 words. Okay, you can write the answer and submit on our Telegram group. I'll be going through them and I'll give you the feedback. Okay, all the potential, all the important aspect of it you can see. And here there is a small correction I just saw. The GDP of BIMSTEC, this is old data from MEA. The latest data in 2018, they were saying 3.7 trillion. Okay, so Royal Boy and others who corrected, thank you so much. Please update this. This is $3.7 trillion. If you're making notes, please see $3.7 trillion. Fine. Yes, Royal Boy, please submit your answer. I'll be going through that. Okay. You can join the Telegram group at the rate IAS preparation strategy. Fine. So if you like the class, please like, comment, share and subscribe to this class. It'll just take 1 second for you to like, comment or share. And just by one share, we are seeing the analytics. There is into 5 sort of increase of the coverage if you're just sharing the class once. So people who are watching on YouTube, please like, share and comment and share the session with your friends so that it can reach more people who are interested in IR and the PSIR people. And if you're watching on YouTube, kindly download the Gradeup app, because on the Gradeup app under the Prepare tab, we have on an hourly basis, we have the sessions. You can see here on an hourly basis, but on YouTube, you're only having a lesser number of classes. So the complete set of classes, they're still free. They're there on the Gradeup app. Like this class, State of IR, I'll be taking up every day from Monday to Friday at 2 p.m. In this sort of international relations, we'll be covering from the prelims point of view and mains point of view, so that you'll have a comprehensive analysis on BIMSTEC. For example, BIMSTEC, I feel for this BIMSTEC topic, you don't need to see any other source. You don't have to touch any other source. If something in current affairs, some prominent thing in current affairs is there, you can update into these notes. Okay, so all my classes, I'll try to make it like that, especially these special classes, that if you just read this class, if you go through this class, it should make it a comprehensive understanding of IR. Okay, and again, I wanted to remind you the February Mela is going on for the Gradeup Super subscription, where you'll be getting double validity at 50% off. So please go through that if you're interested, and you can speak to our counselors on this number. And with Gradeup Super subscription, I hope you're aware, you'll get access to all the CSE and EPFO exam courses at just one go. Rather than subscribing to different courses, just one course, you'll be getting access to all the required content. Okay, CSE, your EPFO, your NCRT, everything you'll be getting at one place. Yes, Subhashri Tripathi, the Telegram link is @ I've written here, I think, right? Just go to Telegram and type this. Okay, let me just type it in the class or else. Somehow when I'm typing here in the live chat, it's not showing, but let me try. Can somebody post the link? If anybody is there as part of the group, can somebody post the link in the chat here? Yeah, it's visible now. Okay, just go to Telegram and type this @ IAS preparation strategy. Fine. So please download the Gradeup app, practice topic-wise quizzes, and keep attending the live classes. Thank you so much. Let's meet again at 2 p.m. for another session. Okay. Chalo. Thank you so much. All the best. Take care. Bye-bye.